last of our 1 a.m. live streams. Please take a moment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how you're doing. And if you want to chat about Freemasonry, positive, negative, neutral, any thoughts you have, let me know. These 1 a.m. streams, I don't have any specific topics. Rather, I just wait to see who jumps on. Tomorrow, or I guess technically it would be today at 1 p.m., I'm going to talk about Freemasonry and the International Day of Disabilities, more particularly how we can ensure that our Masonic buildings are accessible for those who are disabled. It could be sensory, like blind individuals. It could be disabilities such as myself, having no legs, or whatever else it might be, right? There's a physical structure and then there's the welcoming nature. Like, how can we be welcoming within Freemasonry? When it comes to things like ritual, ceremony, etc. But for now, let's wait to see who jumps on. Please take a moment. When you do join, hit that like and subscribe button. What is up, your local Spurs? Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that your night is going well. Or your morning. I always forget what time it is for you. But for me, it is 1 a.m. Bear Thalamas, thumbs up to you as well. I hope you have to like and subscribe. Roll the losing dice. I am not Christian myself. I don't really have a religion per se. Having said that, I hope roll the dice. You know that there are many Freemasons who do. Freemasonry is not a religion. We have men of all different faiths within Freemasonry, including those who believe, those who are Christian. When I say we, I'm a Freemason myself. I don't speak for Freemasonry. I just speak for myself. Thank you. Yes, that's probably Michael Moore. He's been gifting a lot of people memberships. So indeed, thank you, Michael Moore, for that. And Bear, thank you for the first like. I hope, Bear, that you'll hit the like and subscribe button. Rolling the dice. If you are a Christian, which it sounds like you are, good for you. One of the greatest strengths of Freemasonry, I believe, is its religious tolerance. So, I'm going to be doing a couple member exclusive posts when I return from my travels. So very shortly. I'm looking forward to it, doing some of those posts. In the meantime, as always, please take a moment. Well, thank you, Bear. I always just say it to everybody because I always forget who is and isn't subscribed. I am getting very close to 3,000 subscribers, and it will be very, very cool once I get it. My sound is a little low. Hold on just one sec. Can you hear me better now? Dylan, good morning. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if I'm coming through okay. Sorry if my sound's a little bit low. Not sure if it's the microphone. Testing. No, I just did a quick test there. It sounded okay. All right, maybe it might just be you rolling the dice. Maybe your phone is set to a lower volume. Believe me, it's happened to me a million times. I'm not sure why. Mine is okay on this end. I'm sorry about that, rolling the dice. Hopefully you can get it sorted out. Maybe your phone doesn't like Freemasonry and it's making it quiet on purpose. I don't know. But rolling the dice, roll the losing dice, welcome. Thank you for being here. You've been on stream before, I do believe. So it's good to have you back. I hope that you'll consider, as always, hitting that like button, sharing the stream, etc., etc. And let's give it a bit of time. Let's see who joins. I'm also almost at 10,000 hours of watch time for the lifetime of the channel, which is a real honor to get that far. So it's much, much appreciated. He's been doing some great stuff as well, Smokey, on channel, on stream. Um, if you get the chance, I hope you consider following his stream. It's been really wonderful to see all the work he's doing. I am having a great morning, Dylan. I hope you're having a great morning as well. It's always wonderful to see you join. You're always the first one on stream, so or not always, but you're very often the first one here. Peace and blessings to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Roll the losing dice. Let me know if you guys have, while we're talking about this, do you have any plans for Christmas, for holiday season? Does your Masonic Lodge, if you're a Freemason, have any plans for the holiday season? I'd love to know. Frog eat frog. I know dogs eat dogs. I know about frog eating frogs. I'm doing well. How's it going with you? Thank you so much for being here. I hope that your night is going well. I don't know what time it is for you, actually. It's 1 a.m. for me. Okay, so it's the same people, though. All right, well, welcome. It's great to have you join. And as always, I hope that you are doing well. Hope your night's going well. Tomorrow I'll be back at 1 p.m. But I'd like to do 1 a.m. streams as well, just to hang out and chat and talk about Freemasonry and see who joins. So we're just going to hang out and wait, see who jumps on the chat to say hello. And I hope that you'll join me for my 24-hour live stream coming up soon. It's going to be pretty awesome. I've heard it tastes like chicken. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard frog legs taste like chicken, which I'd be willing to believe. I don't know. I would try them. I never had the chance, but I'm not opposed to giving them a shot. Maybe one day I'll go to Masonic Lodge and they'll have frog legs. Who knows? Yes, Colin, I have a cone head. What can I say? So you've had them frog. Where'd you eat them? In France? Where in Michigan? Because I live right across this, like literally right across the river in Windsor. I got to try these frog legs in Michigan at some point. No worries, your local Spurs. Run off. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you joining as always. We're just hanging out. Buy them at the store. See, I've never seen frog legs available to purchase here in Canada. You guys got grits, you guys got frog legs. I got nothing over here. That's okay though. It's still wonderful to have you join. Yes, my cousin. All right, I'm gonna when I'm in because I'm gonna be in Michigan on Saturday. I am gonna search for these frog legs, let me tell you. And when I find them, they're gonna be delicious. I have no doubt. Did you have to like how do you eat them? Do you just fry them up, put them in an oven? One day I'll serve frog legs at the Masonic meeting and watch the brethren freak out. They'll be very unhappy about that, I can assure you. I have not. What are the Turner Diaries? I don't know if I've ever even heard of them. Like, I've known a few Masons named Turner, like historically famous Masons named Turner. Um, but I can't think of it off the top of my head now. What's it about? Good luck on my search, says Dylan. I will find frog legs. I will take a picture of me eating them, just to show you I've done it. Maybe I can find some in Chicago. I'm going to be there soon. I'm going to be in Columbia soon as well. Yeah, maybe you need to see a doctor, Lewis. I'm going to assume for a moment you're being serious. If you have trouble passing gas, you should see a doctor. Fraternal greetings, the sublime brother. Thank you for being here. The night is going well. I don't know what time it is for you, but it's 1 a.m. for me. I do these streams. I just hang out, talk to people. I don't have any specific topics. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., or today at 1 p.m., I guess technically, I'm going to have a more specific topic. Freemasonry and those with disabilities, how we can make our buildings as accessible as possible. So I'm going to enjoy my trip, though. It's going to be awesome. Make sure, Dylan, Nam, Sublime Brother, Lewis, make sure you all are following me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook. You will see all the pictures of my travels. Very important that you follow me there if you can. Because when I'm traveling, I have a more difficult time live streaming. So I may try to live stream from my personal account, youtube.com/Cameron Adamson. So try to follow me on there as well. We're going to give it a bit of time. Well, it does. And also when I'm traveling, obviously live streaming, I mean, that gets into issues of you're earning money. So is it income? Do you need a visa? Even sometimes posting can be the same thing. But with posting, you could argue it's business, not employment, which is a different. Hello, Murat. How's it going? Thank you for being here. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for being here. I'm here chatting about Freemasonry. These 1 a.m. streams is just kind of an Ask Us Anything stream. So any thoughts, comments you have, put it in the chat. Let me know. Positive, negative, or neutral. I'd love to hear them. I am doing well. I'm looking forward to traveling very soon. I got to travel last week. Traveling again this week. It's going to be wonderful. Going to be going to Chicago, my favorite place in the world, and Glenview, Illinois, which is really my favorite place in the world, followed by Colombia, Bogota, Colombia, which is going to be pretty wonderful. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, if you're on stream with me, then I certainly consider you a friend. I'm grateful for everybody who joins me on the stream. If we ever meet in real life, who knows? But I appreciate everybody who's on stream. I consider all of you guys my friends, and I very much appreciate the support. Everybody who takes the time to comment, like, subscribe, share videos. I'm grateful for that support, 100%. Well, that's very kind of you, Murad, but I can't be, I'm not going to be giving out personal information on stream or looking to meet people online. Although who knows, maybe one day, especially if you become a Freemason, or who knows, we might run into each other. I travel around a lot, visit a lot of different Masonic lodges, so it would certainly be possible. But my advice, Murad, for whatever it's worth, is focus on making friends, not based on who you find on YouTube, but rather who's in your life, IRL, in real life, not on a screen. That's for sure. Thank you, John Comedia. If you want to help me keep at it, please hit that like button and consider doing a super chat. Even 99 cents helps people um, find the channel. Well, I mean, it's not about becoming free, it's about becoming a Freemason, which is, again, what I am. I travel around, visit a lot of different Masonic lodges. I meet a lot of different people that way. I've made a lot of different friends that way. Having said that, like I said, Murad, if you're looking for friends, my advice is don't rely on who's on a computer screen. Focus on meeting people who are with you in real life that you can talk to face. That's where you find friends, not online. At least not on YouTube and not on live streams. Well, I mean, so Freemasonry, yeah, to be a Freemason, you must believe in a supreme being. The nature of that supreme being, though, is up to you. What I would say is, whenever people say they can't join because they're too secular, um, my advice is always talk to the lodge. Right? Talk to your local lodge, explain your views, how secular they are, what you believe as to a supreme being, and allow the lodge to decide. Don't prejudge, right? Never prejudge a situation, explain the situation, and leave it up to the Masonic Lodge to decide if what you believe constitutes a supreme being. Um, right? At that point, all you're giving up is a little bit of time to talk to them, and you might learn something. Um, right? Never, I talked about this before. If you ever are contacted by somebody and they say, you can be a Freemason if you just give us money, that's a scam, right? Freemasons will never just ask you for money. There's a process, there's an application process. They get to know you. That comes at the end of the process, requesting dues or fees, not at the beginning, just to keep that in mind. But yeah, just talk to them, explain your situation. Maybe you'll meet some friends there. But yeah, when it comes to this stream, don't think about meeting me in real life. Just focus on the people around you. Hello, high altitude investing. How's it going? How is Utah? How much snow you got right now? Um, that happens a lot. I'm gonna call you G8X or Bud. Uh, Baduki? I just call you G8X. There are a lot of people who had Masonic grandparents, grandfathers, Masonic fathers, and maybe didn't know it for whatever reason. So, um, yeah, I guess what I'd say is cool. I knew about it. I mean, my father and grandfathers are both Masons. I kind of grew up around it to a certain extent, but yeah, it's very common for stuff like that to be the case. There's a lot of free. Hello, Linking Atlas. Thank you for being here. There's a lot of Freemasonry in India. It's divided into the four kind of jurisdictions, like Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest. I've actually had Masons on the channel who are Freemasons. Sorry, Masons on the channel from India. Excuse me. So yeah, India. It came through Britain. It came through England. Um, but yeah, there is absolutely Freemasonry in India. It's really cool. Um, actually, how prominent, how prevalent Freemasonry in India is. Okay, I mean, what you want to do is if you Google Grand Lodge of India, you should find the contact information. um, for the Grand Lodge. We can, through their website, if you send in your address and contact information, they will contact you, I believe, with the Masonic Lodge that's closest in your area. Actually, me and um, Black Raven Meditation, we did a whole podcast episode together about The Mask of Red Death, which is absolutely one of my favorite books, poems of all time. Um, we had a whole discussion about it, and also why I think it can apply to Freemasonry. An interesting little side note. But yeah, I love Edgar Allan Poe. Mask of Red Death is incredible. Let me know, Murad, if you can see this, what I'm about to put in. But yeah, Mask of Red Death, amazing. Check out the movie. It's pretty decent. Starring, oh, I can't think of his name now, Vincent Price. Murad, I just put in a link in the chat. I don't know if you can see it. It's grandlodgeofindia.in, all of one word. All one word, excuse me. What do you think about? You can check them out and talk to them if it's a matter of your age. I don't know how old you are. Just wait till you get older. Um, if it's because you don't think, you don't believe in a supreme being, you still talk to them. Explain what you do believe, right? What do you think about Masonic leadership skills and classes? I mean, I know a lot of different jurisdictions have them, the Sublime Brother. My advice, take advantage of them. Um, if you can join a class, especially if it's online and there's no cost to do it, do it. What do you have to lose? What's the movie name? Mask of Red Death. You usually can't open a link, but you have to just, what I'd say is type in Google Grand Lodge of India. You should find it. Thank you. Well, I mean, Altitude Investing, you're doing some great work as well. I see you popping up a fair bit, talking about cryptocurrency a lot. So you keep up the good work also. I will be, again, not really streaming as much as I'd like next week because I'm going to be traveling again. But I will be posting on my socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram especially. So make sure you're following me there. To see my travels and what my travels indicate and demonstrate about Freemasonry and kind of lessons you can take from it. Bama Savage. I'm assuming Alabama. Tom, do you saying I look like Chris Farley? Tommy was a very funny movie. Bama, please hit like and subscribe. But Linking Atlas, the movie I'm talking about is The Mask of Red Death, starring Vincent Price. It was from like the 60s. He did a whole bunch of like Hammer films that were based on Edgar Allan Poe stories. He did the Pendulum as well. By the way, Edgar Allan Poe in one of his books, and I can't remember, The Cask of Armadillo, I think it was, one of his works references Freemasonry in an interesting enough side note. So there is that. Not, no, I'm just going to call you Knox. I will take it. Construction dudes are tough dudes. Um, so I must look tough and strong. Which book? I think it was called The Cask of Amantillo that references Freemasonry. So maybe check that. I think that's the name of the book. Um, but yeah, Freemasonry gets a reference in there, which is really, really cool, I thought. But yeah, if you want to learn my views on The Mask of Red Death, again, one of my favorite stories of all time, check out my episode with Black Raven Meditation. Oh, I mean, it was just so ubiquitous. He would have heard of it. Like, people don't realize in Edgar Allan Poe's time through to the 1950s, Freemasonry was so ubiquitous, almost everybody heard of it. There was some references to it, even up through the 60s. Um, you don't know the details per se, but you know about this group called the Freemasons. Um, it was just kind of like it was in the ether, you know. It was kind of part of day-to-day life. You passed by Masonic buildings, you saw Masons going to their meetings. Even if you had no interest in joining, you at least knew about them. Usually in a small town, if you needed, if you needed a space for anything, like a space for some type of special event in your town or community, you would probably use a Masonic hall. Um, Freemasonry is not banned in Russia. It used to be. The membership to people ratio is a lot bigger too. There's a lot more members per individual. In some places, as high as 10%. Freemasonry was banned in Russia till the mid 90s. Then it was not. But Russia, it's not banned. It's currently banned primarily in Middle Eastern countries. United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. Um, I'm trying to think where else. Qatar, if I recall correctly. That's primarily it. It's not banned in Jordan, despite what some people think. It's not banned in Lebanon, despite what some people think. Well, you added the now to it, I see. If you're talking about MAID, I'm not necessarily opposed to MAID. I have my own opinions on it. As someone who's seen people suffering from inoperable, incurable cancer, seeing what they went through, it's hard for me to have negative views on it per se. That's just my own personal opinion. Like I would never, if I ever got to a place where I was going to just kind of be completely unable to care for myself, to know that it was not possible to be cured. I don't know how I feel about what I would do. I don't believe it's in Pakistan. Yeah, Freemasonry is in Pakistan, linking Atlas. I'm not sure how prevalent it is there. I know it's very popular in India. I don't know how big it is in Pakistan at the moment. Yes, the Rosicrucians do still exist. As How to Investing says, they are alive and well. It exists in Germany. It was banned in Germany during World War II, or more specifically under Nazis and under Hitler. But it is back in Germany and quite prevalent. So I understand it's quite prominent, I should say. Well, there's not a WhatsApp, but to my knowledge. But if you are looking for a Freemason in India, that's the best place to start. You just need an email address. Well, that's concerning. I mean, they shouldn't do that. I speak only for myself, exclusively for myself. I can't speak a lot to how MAID is operated or run. It's just for me personally, again, having seen what my mom went through with cancer, passed away from cancer, getting to a point where she was completely unable to. I mean, she couldn't do anything. She couldn't even move without assistance, go to the washroom, whatever it might be. I'm happy to know if I ever got to that point, MAID is an option for me. But that's just my own personal opinion. I don't speak for anybody else, including Freemasons. Many Freemasons probably are very opposed to MAID. So, um, government, if you want to learn more about them, yeah, you should absolutely email them. I've never been to a Rosicrucian meeting. Um, well, I definitely do not think anybody with ADHD should consider euthanasia, that's for sure. So I would disagree with that very strongly. Awesome, Halcyon Investing. I hope you go to it. I hope you enjoy it. Report back if you want on the stream about what you thought of it and if you enjoyed it. I'm sure you will, but maybe how much you enjoy it or some of the things that you really took away from it. Well, that's pretty funny. All right, that's not a bad joke, in fairness. Well, that's always going to be the danger. And I get that. I get that, Nathan, right? With any policy, no matter how well-intentioned it is, and I do believe it's well-intentioned, and um, no matter how legitimate the problem is that it's trying to solve, escalation, I mean, another word for it is mission creep, right? Um, which is the more military content, but it's the same idea. This idea of like, um, you start with the best of intentions and slowly something expands beyond what it should. Um, you should email them, Murad. Go ahead. I think it's well intentioned. Again, just based on it's something I'm happy to know is there if I ever needed it. What do Freemasons actually do? Is it all about secret meetings, secret handshakes, or something more nefarious? Well, obviously, I'm going to call you XD, Rucalius XD. I'm biased, so you have to take what I say with a grain of salt because I am a Freemason. So, of course, I love it. Um, and of course, I don't believe it's nefarious. I think it's a force for good in the world. Um, when you say it's not all about secret meetings or secret handshakes, honestly, the meetings, which are not secret, they're private, but they're not secret. They'd be secret if we didn't tell people we were meeting. They're private because you can go online and get the meeting schedule for a lot of lodges. You just can't participate unless you're a member. And when you say secret handshakes, what you're referring to is what's called modes of recognition, which may or may not be handshakes. But that's the least important part of Freemasonry. What matters is the brotherhood and the fight to make the world a better place through the application of brotherly love, relief, and truth. I have never read the Kybalion, but I've heard a lot about it, XD. Um, by the way, XD, I don't know if you're new to the stream or not. I can't remember if I've seen your name before. I hope you'll hit the like and subscribe button, though, if you can. I will check it out. Thank you. I hope I answered your question well about what Freemasons do. I mean, ultimately, think of it as a social club, a civic group, a fraternity. So, what we do ultimately is the same thing every club or group does, right? Fulfills the desire for belonging and connection, which is a very human thing. It's no different than when you're a kid on the playground and you create a club for you and your friends, or a treehouse for you and your friends. I mean, I do have Audible, so I will check it out for sure. There's a lot, actually, Morals and Dogma, even though that book, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Morals and Dogma is also free on uh, YouTube. There's a lot of audiobooks on YouTube. I just found out that Under the Dome, which is a great audiobook which is a great book written by Stephen King, is for free on the YouTubes. So YouTube rocking out the audiobooks, that's for sure. No worries, Ruka. I'm just gonna keep calling you XD because it's very hard for me to pronounce your name. I'm glad. I hope it does help you learn some stuff. I do these streams every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. And then I'm always posting online, posting on my social media accounts. So please check them out as well. If you ever get Instagram, Square and Compass Promotions, um, Twitter, Compass_Square, Facebook, Square Compass Essex. So we're everywhere. This stream, I'm going to end it relatively soon. I do appreciate everybody being here, but I have a very busy week. Been a full week of Masonic meetings, followed by an installation on Saturday, for which or where I am the installing master. Do I have a favorite philosopher? Good, great question. Um, do I have a favorite philosopher? Camus, maybe. Um, I mean, I'm a huge Enlightenment fan, so Voltaire, who was a Mason, by the way. Diderot, who was a Freemason. I think I pronounced his name right. Condorcet, who was also a Freemason. I guess my favorite philosophy would be Enlightenment era philosophies. So my favorite philosophers would probably be, um, you know, Voltaire, Diderot, Condorcet. I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Was a very important Enlightenment era thinker. I mean, as Freemasons, though, I suppose I should say Pythagoras, in fairness. As Freemasons, I should say ancient Egyptian philosophers or Greek philosophers like Pythagoras or Euclid. Euclid combined philosophy and geometry, which is a very Masonic thing to do. If you want to ask what do Freemasons do, you could argue what we do is we derive moral lessons from geometric principles. Not exclusively, but that's one thing we do. I should have said Oprah, Nathan. I should have said Oprah. Cereal lover. What's your favorite cereal? Um, Mine, for the record, probably be Cheerios. What's my horoscope sign? I am a Virgo. I don't believe in that stuff myself, but I am a Virgo. However, people who are into it tell me that my personality traits are actually more connected with the sign that comes after Virgo. I guess it would be Libra. Um, but I don't know enough about it to say. Thank you, Linking Atlas. Yes, um, Chicago, Glenview, Bogota, Colombia. It's going to be a crazy week. I'm not going to be live streaming while I'm traveling. What I will be doing, however, is leaving pictures, doing polls, maybe doing stuff for members only. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please make sure that you follow me, when you can, as much as you can. Yes, get yourself to sleep, high altitude. I know it's late for you. It's late for me as well. I'll be finishing off very shortly, but thank you for being here. Oh, $40 billion in a heartbeat. Honestly, you could have offered me $500,000 in new legs. I take the $500,000. We must, we must recognize the absurdity of the world in order to survive it, I think. If you don't recognize how absurd the world is and you take it too seriously, you are going to drive yourself absolutely insane. Um, and I've known a lot of Masons who take things way too seriously and as a consequence drive themselves insane. A lot of men as well who've done that. The world the world is a pretty absurd place if you don't recognize it, and are able to laugh at it and laugh at yourself, especially. You're not going to have the energy to make it through. Never played Red Dead Redemption 2, but I am currently playing. I am currently playing Assassin's Creed Part 3, which is another open world game. Very much loving it, by the way. I recently have got into Freemasonry and to uh, video games in Freemasonry, or Freemasonry represented in video games such as Assassin's Creed 3, which has a lot of Masonic symbolism, which is really cool, I think. I know. Nice, high altitude. How is it? Is it any good? I sadly know no computer programming languages at all. I wish I did. I think that'd be really incredible, but I do not know any. I think it'd be really cool if I did know more, to be honest. I think that'd be fascinating and really fun, but no luck. Thank you, Riggs. I really appreciate that. That's very kind. I have my cat, Nam, if that counts. AC3 Hatham is Chad, not in the moral. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Thank you, Riggs. Do you have any questions on Freemasonry? Let me know. We're going to be ending the stream shortly. But I figure I'll jump on for just a few more. Meow. You sound just like my cat. My cat is named Bandit, by the way, and she is, you will be surprised to know, the greatest cat in the world. How is it that I just happened to get the greatest cat in the world? I don't know. I must be lucky. But it is the case that my cat is better than everybody else's cat. That's the best attitude, Riggs. I agree with that. Okay. See, I just basically, what I do at Assassin's Creed 3 is I jump on the horse or the horses and I run around and I hunt animals. I almost pay no attention to the story. I couldn't tell you any of the characters' names. I just do it for the open world concept. So basically, I run as quick as I can through the story mode to get to the open world, and then I like travel around on a horse. I prefer the horses that are all white or all black, by the way. Those are my two favorite types of horses. I don't like the ones that are brown or multicolored. I especially liked it in winter. I don't know why I enjoyed it in winter. So right now my map, I played it once all the way through and I'm playing it again. Right now I've got access to Boston, the Homestead, and the Frontier. I'm just waiting to get access to New York and Philadelphia, if I recall correctly, and the boats and the sailing ships, and then I should be all set. I love the naval missions as well. Those are so much fun. Thank you, Riggs. I appreciate that. I'm always happy to have people joining me. I try to be genuine and positive. I don't always succeed. People who know me will know I very often fail at that effort, but I do try my best. And yes, the horses are fun. I also enjoy just going on these massive hunting trips. My favorite animals to hunt in Assassin's Creed Part 3 are the bears, or the mountain lions, especially because to get to the mountain lions, they're only in like a few specific locations, right? They're not like rabbits or they're not like hare or deer, which are more ubiquitous. So it's fun because you actually have to search them out and try to find them, which is very enjoyable. That's true, and believe me, based on the amount of times I've failed, I am absolutely going to be very, very successful. Um, if the number of times you fail represents the number of times you're going to succeed, um, boy, will I be successful. But I do think, there is a more serious note to what you're saying there, Riggs. I think one of the biggest problems in Freemasonry is we are far too afraid of failure, right? I worked at a jail as well, Riggs. I worked at a jail for about 5 years. We are far too afraid to fail in Freemasonry, and as a consequence of that, we very often refuse to take risks that maybe we should. And then back to failure, and then back to success. There's a Masonic lesson in there, right? How to investing, at least in our ritual, emulation ritual here in Canada. One of the things we're taught is not to become too presumptuous in success, nor too despondent in failure, but rather to accept kind of that the pendulum swings exactly as you said it. VIP, you are a very important person. Hello and goodbye to you. And thank you for being here. We got a lot of high buys happening. All right, VIP, I may have to put you in pause in a second. We got hearts. That usually means it's Smokey the Clown. I don't know if that is Smokey, but welcome. Thank you for being here. I see a VIP. I see ya. I'm going to call you VIP. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream now. Like I said, I got very busy next couple days, but thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you all soon. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., next stream. I agree with that, Riggs. It's about understanding the trials and tribulations. Not even if we don't understand them, just accepting that trials and tribulations are a part of life and not allowing ourselves to get too despondent as we go through them. That's probably a good lesson to have. All right, guys, I'll see you later.